Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Random Logging. So, today, this is the third time I've made this video because I forgot that my microphone, it's right here, it's over there, and it didn't work. I thought I really wouldn't have to cover this topic again because I thought I'd said just about everything I'd need to say. And then this happened. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, a wonderful, wonderful person by the name of KB Tibbs created a post on the Geek and Sundry Reddit entitled Project Alpha Terms of Service Warning. Oh boy. So, I said before where I was like, hey, Alpha's just a way to try and get money from us and to try and make more money than they already have. Yeah, this really proves that. The terms of service themselves are one of the most predatory legal documents I've ever seen in my life. One of the things that you have to learn very, very quickly, or you don't really make it very far in the entertainment industry, is you learn how to read over legal documents, specifically to find out whether they're trying to exploit you or not. As part of the training that I got as an actor, is one of the things that my first agents helped me learn. This is something that my agent would have told me never work with that company because this is a toxic document. It's horrible, 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 horrible. The reason the Screen Actors Guild exists is to prevent things like this from happening to actors. Because not all actors have the legal know-how to be able to look over a legal document like a release or something like that and realize that they are signing over the rights to their likeness forever to someone else. And that's kind of what this does. Wow. To give you guys a little bit of history, for those of you who don't know, when the entertainment industry first started taking off, and you had things like a perfect example are the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges made crap tons of money, even though there were 5 of them. Made crap tons of money for their movie studio, and they saw next to nothing of it because of quite a few things. Part of which was the fact that their contract basically sold their likeness and their likes and everything away, and they really couldn't do anything about it because the document itself was signed by them. They didn't realize how much power they were giving to the company, and that was a very, very common story for a lot of actors back then, and even now. If you don't have proper representation, if you don't understand what it is that you're doing, you work for a less than ethical company, you can get into some really, really bad situations. And that's what the Screen Actors Guild was really designed to protect actors from, and AFTRA as well. And now they're SAG-AFTRA, they're one company. They're designed to prevent actors from signing predatory contracts like this one. To give you guys an example that might be a little bit more relevant to us nowadays, when YouTube first started, the only way to really get big was you needed to join what was called a multi-channel network. MCNs still exist. They are nowhere near as prevalent as they used to be for a number of reasons. Machinima used to be one of the biggest. If you were making gaming type content like Let's Plays or anything like that, Machinima type things, you basically had to sign with Machinima because you would get copyright notices and stuff like that. And that's what the multi-channel network would do. They would help advertise your channel. They would help deal with legal problems and stuff like that. And so there was a benefit when YouTube first started for doing that. Machinima is really famous because their contracts were extremely predatory. There were people that, not realizing what they did, removed any chance of them ever being able to make money on YouTube because they signed a contract that signed away like 70 or 80% of their profit to Machinima, made it so that not only did the channel that they signed over belong to Machinima, not the content creator, but any future channel that they ever made automatically belonged to Machinima, and they automatically got to take however much of the profits that they wanted. And they had what's called a perpetual contract, which means the contract never expires. So from now until the end of time, Machinima owned that person. They owned their likeness. They owned everything. And they got into a lot of trouble over it, and they actually got taken to court a couple of times. And one of the things that in common law, which is not like laws written down in constitutions and things like that, common law is based off of court rulings. Things like the gay marriage legalization. Technically, gay marriage is not legal in the U.S. There is no law that states that gay marriage is legal in the U.S. However, common law states that because the Supreme Court decided that it was unconstitutional to ban gay marriage, that gay marriage is legal. There's no law in any book anywhere that says it's legal. It is all based on what's called common law. And common law dictated in the specific case of perpetual contracts that you can't enforce them. You can get people to sign them, but for the most part, if they take you to court, the court's going to go, no, no, no. Nobody in their right mind would ever want to give away something forever without knowing what that item is worth 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years down the road. It's not possible for someone to be able to have that much foresight, so therefore perpetual contracts are unenforceable. It's not that they're illegal, they're generally unenforceable, especially in states like California where this has come up a lot. So this contract is a perpetual contract. To give you guys an example, here is a reading directly from them. Now, I am not an Alpha member. I'm taking this directly from the Reddit page posted there by KB Tibbs, and I think this might actually be Nagihama's words. But here's the actual text. You grant to LDN. LDN is Legendary Digital Networks. That's the people that own Geek and Sundry and Nerdist and all that other stuff. The unrestricted, unconditional, non-exclusive, unlimited, worldwide, irrevocable, perpetual, and royalty-free right and license to host, use, copy, distribute, reproduce, disclose, sell, resell, sublicense, display, perform, transmit, publish, broadcast, modify, reformat, translate, archive, store, cache, or otherwise exploit in any manner whatsoever all or any portion of your user content, including depictions and appearances of you and your communications in the interactive forums. Oh boy. So what does that mean? You sign up for Alpha, Legendary owns you. Now, that I don't mean that specifically. That means anything that shows up in the Legendary chats, if it shows up on screen, they own it. And they can do whatever they want with it. They can put your artwork. Let's say you made some fan art for Critical Role, and you know how Critical Role, beginning and the end, they show that little montage of all the artwork because it's awesome. Well, because it's simultaneously streamed on Alpha, if you sign up for Alpha, they can do whatever they want with your artwork. They can remove your signature and claim it's their own. They can, because they have the right to modify it. They can sell it to anyone that they want to make whatever they want. They can put it on, Cubs, cups, T-shirts, whatever they want, make $1 million off it, and you can't do anything. They can sell it to Donald Trump, and he can use it in his campaign to get elected this year, if they really want to. And there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot stop them. They can also use your face if it somehow shows up in chat. Like if you have like an avatar picture of your face, they can put your face anywhere they want. They can put it... they can actually go ahead and put it on their website saying that this person supports Alpha. They can do whatever they want because of this contract. To give you guys another relevant example of something very familiar to anyone that watches YouTube often, if you know the name Grace Helbig, Grace Helbig is an amazing, wonderful YouTuber. I think she hosted the streamings this year. I don't know. I know she was on stage for at least part of it. But Grace Helbig is an amazing, amazing person. She's a phenomenal content creator. And due to things that have happened to her, she's also become very business savvy. She started on YouTube and joined this multi-channel network called I think it was called My Damn Channel, if I remember correctly. I might be getting this wrong. Let me know in the comments if I get something wrong. And she used to do this 3-day-a-week vlog for them called Daily Grace. And when it came time for her contract to renew, she didn't like what they were doing. She didn't like how much of her profit they were doing. She didn't like the fact that she was aiding them a hell of a lot more than they were aiding her. And they wouldn't let her out of her contract because she had signed a perpetual contract. And again, we already talked about this. Those don't hold up in court, but that doesn't mean they don't make it absolutely impossible for a regular human being to be able to get out of them. Because in order to go to court, you have to get a lawyer and you have to go. It still costs tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to get out of one of these contracts, even though it's technically illegal. So anyway, so now if you look her up, she's got this channel called It's Grace, and she's done a bunch of other things too. She had a show on Comedy Central. Apparently she has a new reality TV show coming out. The reason she's not doing Daily Grace is because My Damn Channel owns Daily Grace. They own all of the vlogs. They own her likeness in relation to that. So My Damn Channel can use her face and can use her vlogs and do whatever they want with it because they own it. She signed it over to them. And because of that, she had to go so far as to start a new channel and use a completely, like she had to start a brand new channel, start over from scratch, use a completely different name, format, everything, because of a predatory contract. Now, My Damn Channel, I actually have no idea if they're even operating anymore because people found out what they'd done to their hosts and bad things happened. The same thing is true about Machinima. They still are operating and they're still a relatively large MCN, but for the most part, most of their people have fled because they started realizing how horrible these contracts are. And that's what this terms of service is. It is absolutely horrible. And it's not even just, let me see if I can find it. They actually list everything. Yeah, here's another quote for you. You further grant to LDN, again, Legendary Digital Network, the unrestricted, unconditional, non-exclusive, unlimited, worldwide, irrevocable, perpetual, and royalty-free right and license to make recordings by audiovisual, or any other means of you and your communications in the interactive forum and in connection with your user content, and to use and exploit for any purpose your name, persona, likeness, and communications contained or included in any user content or recording thereof, and in any profile pictures or content from your social media accounts without any obligation to compensate you. This is crazy. Like, this is, you join Alpha, they own you. They can take stuff from your social media. And it's everything. It's not just fan art. It can be ideas. It can be literally anything they want, they get if you sign up for Alpha. This is horrendous. This is horrible. Now, as an addendum, Negihama does mention on the post that he did talk to he or she, I'm actually not sure, did talk to the Geek and Sundry people, and they went, "Oh, you are so right. That's wow, that looks pretty bad. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Thank you for bringing it up to us. We didn't realize that's what it said. We'll fix it." No. The terminology and everything they use in here was written purposefully. It's theoretically possible the physical people that Negihama talked to didn't know exactly what was in there, but this document is designed to be able to exploit things for money. That is the entirety of what this document is designed to do. Negihama even goes as far as to show the difference between that terms of service and the Twitch terms of service, which is massively different. And you can see the Twitch terms of service is incredibly lighter. It does give Twitch the ability to use stuff that you put on Twitch, but if you delete it, they're no longer allowed to do anything with it, and they don't get they don't get ownership of your likeness, your ideas, things like that, beyond being able to use your videos to advertise their service. Like it's night and day how different these are. There was a show that Penny Arcade put out a couple of years ago called Strip Search, and what it was a reality show where they were looking for the next great webcomic artist. And the greatest thing about the show was the fact that, unlike most reality TV shows where everyone gets in there and they're like, I'm not here to make friends, and they're all like backstabbing, like all the artists became the greatest group of friends in the world, and they were super supportive of each other, and they were always trying to help each other out. Like, it was just great. Great TV to watch. However, the reason I'm mentioning it, there is an episode that I will actually link in the description below. I think it's like a half-an-hour episode, but watch it. It's really entertaining, but it gives a perfect example of exactly what happened here. Because there's a reality TV show, these guys would be put through these incredible challenges, and one of the challenges, when there was only like 4 of them left, is Robert Koo, the former like head of Penny Arcade. He basically did all the business stuff, and he's a genius businessman. He's an absolute phenomenal businessman. Robert wrote up these incredibly predatory contracts, gave every one of the people the same contract, and had them go through and kind of mark up the stuff and basically negotiate a contract with Robert. And the contracts themselves were specifically designed to be horrible, just really bad, and the person that negotiated the best contract won that challenge. One of the things that happened is every single time that one of the artists would go up and go, hey, this is super bad, like, hey, you mentioned here that if I don't sell all the stuff that I have to pay for it, and that you guys can just cancel the contract whenever you want, but I can't cancel it, that could mean that you guys could give me, 200,000, units of this thing, then cancel the contract and just charge me for all that, and I'd have nothing to do. And his response is always the same. Oh, wow, you're right. I totally didn't think of that. Like, when I was writing it, that was not my intention. That is a really, like, that would screw you over. I'm super sorry about that. We will get that fixed. That was his response to everything. Now, Robert was playing a part. He would never actually do that to anyone, but he was playing the part of an evil, corporate, greedy guy. And that's what this is, guys. Holy crap, is that what this is? I mean, wow. You give them everything. Like I said, I'm going to have a link to the Reddit page. Please take the time, read through the whole thing. The legalese is really hard to read, but again, after every little paragraph, the paragraphs aren't more than that big. After every paragraph, you have a pretty easy to understand in layman's terms description of what it is that they're doing and what all that legalese means. And again, I am not a lawyer. My only familiarity with law in general is the training I got as an actor, which is bare bones minimum. And the training I've got now that I'm getting a degree in business management and marketing, because management in general, you get. I got training when I was a manager as well. You get like a primer on business law, specifically like anti-discrimination lawsuits and stuff like that. Like, that's part of being a manager, is you have to learn all that stuff. So that is the only amount of legal training education that I have. I'm not a lawyer. I cannot represent anyone. Like, this is just a layman's understanding of legalese that has been self-taught. But from what I understand of this and what's said here, this is horrible. This is just despicable. And again, it just goes to show you that Alpha was specifically designed to exploit the audience for as much money as they possibly can without any consideration of the audience themselves. Like, that is the whole purpose of Alpha. I thought we were starting to get through to them when we got things like Gather Your Party is back. And we're like, all right, that's a victory. No, it was specifically designed to keep us away from seeing stuff like this. Alpha is still horrible. Alpha is not what we want for Geek and Sundry. It is not a human thing to do. It is specifically designed to exploit us, to make money off of us. I'm going to ask you guys again, please, please, please do not support Alpha. Don't sign up for the free beta weekend. Don't sign up for the free 6 months you get for being a subscriber to Geek and Sundry. Don't do any of that, because anytime they get someone to sign up for it, they're going to count that as a win. The upper in management, it doesn't matter that these people aren't paying for it. They're going to say, well, this person is using the service. That means it's good, and that means we need to move forward. We need to tell them this is not okay. This is not what Geek and Sundry is about. This is not what Team Human is about. They're damaging everything that this company was founded on. And we are the ones that have the power to stop it. We did get Gather Your Party back. We made a huge stink about them canceling Gather Your Party, and it's back. Partially because we made a big stink about it. My understanding is Steph had a massive thing to do with that as well. I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but I will guarantee that had we not made the issue of it that we did, it wouldn't be back. And that's what I mean. If we make a big enough issue about this, if we keep telling them, no, this isn't okay, this isn't what we're going to allow you to do, you are bastardizing and destroying what we created, we can get this to stop. We can get Geek and Sundry back to what it was. And we can make sure that Geek and Sundry and Team Human remain the partnership that they are. So please, please, please share this. Share the Reddit page with everyone that you can. Just don't let this happen, guys. This is really bad, and we cannot have this be the legacy that Geek and Sundry lives. That it's just this, because that's not what Geek and Sundry is. It's not what Team Human is. All right. Again, sorry for this being so long, but this is a really complicated matter. That's all for me today. I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.